Hey people, so we've got 2 weeks to go until the Comrades Up Run, so I'm dropping in with a little update on training and kit prep and some thoughts on my Comrades Up Run race strategy that I've been thinking about. Now for those who don't know, last year I did my first ever Comrades, the down run. It's 55 miles or so from Pietermaritzburg to Durban, bagging a Bill Rowan medal for an 8-hour 48-minute finish. I got barely 10 yards over the finish line when a woman turned to me and said, "Congrats on finishing half of the Comrades." And so after pretending I wasn't going back for about a year, we're now a fortnight away from my attempt to claim my back-to-back medal. You get a special medal if you do them back-to-back. And in the past few weeks, I've been trying to get my legs prepped for the 35-kilometre hill at the start of this run. But before I get into the training update, here's a little snapshot of what the Comrades Up Run entails. Now, the 2024 Comrades Marathon Up Run is an 85.91 kilometre road ultramarathon with not far off 1900 metres of elevation. It starts at 5:30 a.m. in Durban and it finishes at the Scottsville Racecourse in Pietermaritzburg. Runners have 12 hours to complete the course. To earn a second Bill Rowan medal, one of these, I'll have to run between 7.5 hours and 8 hours 59 minutes. On race day, that means my running pace needs to average 6:12 per kilometre or 10 minutes per mile. Last time out on the down run, I ran 8:48, averaging 9.7 minute miles with around 1,200 metres of climbing. Bagging another Bill Rowan is likely to be a bigger challenge. On to training then. Essentially my training has been marathon training with some longer solo ultra runs and a few weeks of hunting inclines. In the past few weeks, I've been knocking out incline treadmill runs, including a 2-hour run at an average 15% incline on the treadmill at my gym, where I bagged 1,500 metres of climbing in that distance while staring at nothing but a wall. That was pretty brutal, I have to say, but a good workout for the mind as much as the body. I then made the mistake of playing football for the first time in a year, the day before racing the Hackney half marathon. A 1:33 in the heat at Hackney with an already tired body left me in a hole for a week, and it's a week where I'd hoped to get in a couple more good elevation outdoor runs, but my body was too wrecked, so I had to back off, which is not ideal. But it is what it is, and I've managed to keep up my heat sessions in the sauna, which I'm hoping might help take the edge off some of the temperatures we're likely to face in South Africa. I tend to do 15 minutes in the hottest sauna, 5 minutes break, and then I'll go back in for 10 to 15 minutes again, sometimes pushing 2 sets of 15 or more. Beyond that, I've been getting a lot of early nights and focusing on trying to build in good quality sleep to boost my recovery so I can get back to running soon. Consistent bed and wake times being the fundamental for that important sleep. Well, onto the race plan for the Comrades. It's going to be quite simple. I'm going to run it on feel. I'll run conservatively with great caution up that first 35-kilometre hill. Step one is to get to the top of that climb, not only alive, but feeling in control. It will be a long 50 kilometres home if I get this wrong. And if I learned one thing last year on the down run, it's that this race demands respect. It's about consistency rather than heroics. Now, I don't have a strict plan for when I'll run or when I might walk to spare the legs. I will just feel this out as I go. When running gets too much, or if I'm paying too much of a price for the ground that I'm gaining, I'll walk. It's a kind of don't put yourself in a hole so that you can run the runnable bits approach. So another thing everybody's been asking me, loads of you hit me up on Instagram asking which shoes I'll be wearing for the race. Now I've not 100% made the call yet, I'm still dithering a bit, but I'm looking for a mix of reliable comfort, roomy toe box, good stability, a protective cushioning with some energy, but nothing too aggressive and super shoe-like. I don't want it to be too direct either though, and a shoe can't be too heavy because I'm in it a long time. The shoes need to be good on the incline as well, so I want to avoid shoes where the plate feels too prominent or might be problematic on the climbs. That rules out a lot of the really top-end carbon racers. I've got the shortlist down to 5 shoes. You might not be surprised to see a lot of Saucony in there. So here we go. We've got the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4, the Saucony Endorphin Pro 4, got the On Cloud Eclipse, the Saucony Ride 17 and the Brooks Ghost Max. Those are the shoes that I'm currently mulling over, and I will be doing a video on which shoes I pick. Now that's the end of my update before the Comrades. I hope it's been an interesting insight into the final prep with a couple of weeks out before the race. I really appreciate all the messages I've already had from runners who'll be joining me on that start line this year or just offering words of support. It's fantastic to know that we'll be tackling this together. I'm excited to meet some of you out there again this year. Now drop me a note in the comments to let me know what your final prep has been like. Tell me what shoes you're lacing up for the race And if you've done the Up Run before, please feel free to share any tips I might find useful. I'll be back with a full kit list whip through in the coming week, so don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to hear about that when that lands. If you're interested in running on field, I'm going to pop a video up on the channel now that I made that looks into that subject. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by, and wherever your running takes you, happy running, people.